Car shampoos are one of the most challenging categories when it comes to conducting tests. Why? If we are completely open and honest, there are differences between individual car shampoos, but they are not as enormous as those found, for example, in plastic care products, leather cleaners, leather care products, or especially sealants. At the end of the day, when you follow the recommendations and instructions of the manufacturers regarding the dosages and use these car shampoos in a wash bucket, you have to say that all of them clean. All create a lubricating film. Some also seal at the same time. All foam and most smell nice. There are not gigantic differences. Yes, there are significant and serious differences, partly and especially from my personal perspective and experience regarding two aspects. One of them is the concentration. With some car shampoos, I only need 5 to 10, maybe even 20 ml in a large 20L wash bucket, and I still achieve a great glide film, cleaning performance, and foam generation. For other shampoos, I need 100 to 200 ml for a large wash bucket. This means I use much more. One cannot say in general that highly concentrated shampoos are always better, nor are they automatically always cheaper, because one must compare prices. Generally, the shampoos that require more product are also cheaper than the highly concentrated ones. This means that, strictly speaking, one must always calculate it based on the price per application. And one must fairly say that the extremely concentrated shampoos, where you only add 5 to 10 ml to the wash bucket, even if they smell nice in the bottle, simply do not have enough shampoo in the wash bucket and also too little fragrance for the scent to really come through. The shampoos where you add more to the wash bucket are more capable of transporting the scent. So you can see, yes, there are differences. But again, if we are really open and honest, we have to say that if one does not care about specific and especially subjective product features like scent or glide, then we must say that they all do their job. And yet that is now the funny and at the same time the difficult part for us as testers. And yet both Sebastian and I have very clear favorites. For example, Sebastian really likes the shampoo from Dye Turner, or the ADBL shampoo. It smells like cherry cola and reminds him of his childhood, his early youth, and probably also of a few youthful indiscretions. For example, I really like certain highly concentrated shampoos. I'm thinking of the Infinity Wax Pure shampoo, for instance. I also really like the Sonax Car shampoo, which is not as highly concentrated but works excellently in terms of price-performance ratio. I like the Dodo Juice Born to be mild, even though it is objectively just more expensive than other pH-neutral car shampoos. I absolutely love the Steiner Gloss Madder, for example. So we already have our favorites, but as I said, we must be open, honest, transparent, fair, and above all, objective. And we have to say that, at the end of the day, all car shampoos do roughly the same thing. And yet, I now contradict everything I just said and tell you that in the last weeks and months, I have discovered a car shampoo that, in my opinion, does a few things slightly differently and has become one of my absolute favorite car shampoos. I'm not revealing my favorite car shampoo yet because I still need to test more, but the AutoBrite Decon Shampoo is, and I'll give this away, an incredibly good car shampoo. Let's first take a look at what you get here, what it is, how much it costs, and what is promised. This is a car shampoo with the name Decon Shampoo, which we will discuss further later, and it promises a bit more than a normal car shampoo. And here it clearly states at the front, intensive paintwork cleaner or cleanser, which means in German and translated into German, it is supposed to be a very good, very deep cleaning car shampoo. It says on the back that the Decon shampoo is the easy way to perform a paintwork cleanse on your vehicle with its high strength, high dilution formula, and powerful natural surfactants. Let's get to it. It is ideal for preparation prior to the application of waxes or sealants and restoring water beading, hydrophobicity to previously applied ceramic coatings. So, then there are a few bullet points, and we'll get to that right away. So what does that mean? This is supposed to be a very effective car shampoo that ideally prepares the paint for a subsequent wax or polymer sealant. It is supposed to restore the hydrophobic properties of a ceramic sealant. And then it is listed here again. Deep cleaning, meaning very strong cleaning. pH, balanced, parentheses, diluted, parentheses close, which means that the shampoo itself in this bottle is not pH neutral, but when you have it in the wash bucket according to the manufacturer's instructions, then it is pH neutral. We will get to that shortly. Natural surfactants, meaning the surfactants that are in here are supposed to be of natural origin. I find this to be an interesting point. Wax silicone-free, meaning it is free from silicones or waxes, indicates strength, which means it is very powerful. Residue-free means that when rinsed off, nothing should remain on the paint. And biodegradable means it is biologically degradable. I also find this to be a very, very interesting point. You should use 30 milliliters of the shampoo, which is really not much, for normal washes. 50 ml for really those washes where you prepare for a sealant, fill it into a wash foamer, although it doesn't specify whether it's for a 10 or 20 liter wash bucket, and that really makes a massive difference. I would have liked the manufacturer to write that here, and then you should just wash the car. What is not mentioned here but is on the homepage is that it can also be used in a foam cannon. It should be used in a 1:10 ratio, or in a pump sprayer, where it should be used in a 1:50 ratio. And I also find it an interesting point that there is a warning symbol or notice on the back. This is the symbol that automatically indicates that this is probably not a pH neutral product, at least not here in its concentrated form. And when you hold a pH test strip in it, you can see that it is approximately at 8. And that also explains why AutoBrite goes on to say that if you dilute it accordingly, you will achieve pH neutrality, which means reaching 7, because a starting pH value of 8 is absolutely realistically impossible. A value of 1911 or higher would be a bit more questionable. What is not mentioned here, anywhere, in any of the sections, but is a very significant point for me, at least to me personally, is the scent, which is absolutely unique. Let's talk about it again shortly. Now only the price is missing. In England, this 500 ml bottle costs $11. In England, the 5-liter canister costs $50. This means we are looking at a price of about per liter, €10 euro? And LB is not exactly the same, but we are currently close enough that one must say, at a price of around 10, maybe let it be 11 or 12, I think that is already a very, very attractive price. So now we know everything there is to know, and now we can finally talk about why I like this shampoo so much. I am usually very skeptical when manufacturers promise us things that sound unbelievable at first. It sounds unbelievable at first that he gives us a shampoo that is supposed to be nearly pH neutral in its pure state, or pH neutral in its diluted state, and still cleans very, very well. I find that to be a difficult statement. And yet, what I have been able to observe repeatedly in the last few months is that when I had residues of a sealant on the paint and wanted to prepare the car for a new test, I usually have to resort to either very strong pre-cleaners with a very high alkaline pH or to the Maguire Wash Plus, which contains small polishing particles that facilitate the mechanical removal of the sealant. When I used this shampoo and there were still residues of sealants on the surface, I had a completely continuous film of water on the surface every time I rinsed. And I find it really fascinating about a shampoo that has a pH value of only 8 in its initial states. And I also have to say, every time I had a car that was very dirty and I washed it with the car shampoo here, it became really clean, and above all, it was also reliably and easily clean. Normally, we need to be a bit careful and precise here. I am someone who believes that comparing the cleaning performance of car shampoos is difficult, if not almost impossible, because I am convinced that over 50% of the cleaning performance, I'm even inclined to say it's 90%, comes from the mechanics of the microfiber wash mitt or the wash sponge we use. The shampoos generally assist us simply by creating a lubricating film, maybe just a little bit. As I said, I assume that about 10% is due to the surfactants present. However, if I have extremely dirty cars, especially in the rear area or at the bottom of the side skirts behind the wheel arches, where there are really stubborn dirt deposits like road film or traffic film, this grey haze, there are indeed car shampoos where you notice that you might need to go over it 2 or 3 times with the wash mitt before it comes off. And with this shampoo, it really is enough if I wash over it once and it's gone. Based on my previous experiences with this shampoo, I can confidently say that yes, the promised strong cleaning performance is indeed delivered. And that is partly why I like this so much without it having an extremely high alkaline pH value. And that is the fascinating part, where I honestly don't know exactly how they achieve that chemically, although maybe I do know after all. The point is, it must be stated here the ingredients must be mainly natural or naturally occurring, and they must be biodegradable. If you take a look at the safety data sheet available online on the AutoBrite website, which I find exemplary to have directly with the product, you will see 2 things. Some kind of coconut extract or oil or derivative, and you will also see what is hidden in a chemical name. You don't have to take this literally, but a sugar-based surfactant or a sugar derivative. And that's a point that was also made by Bill T, among others. In recent years, touchless snow foam, or pre-cleaners, as well as infinity wax, with power foam snow foam, have been somewhat discovered for their effectiveness. There are sugar-based surfactants providing strong cleaning performance and work based on naturally occurring surfactants, creating a highly effective cleaning product that is still mostly biodegradable. This is probably not a 100% biodegradable product. The safety data sheet contains too many other things for that. But it is probably the case that surfactants have been chosen here, which brings us back to the central point that the promises made to us are actually kept. Everything fits together somehow. Additionally, there is now the point about the scent, which I already mentioned earlier. This is a pear scent, and personally I do not know any other car shampoos. There used to be the Avalanche Snow Foam by Order Finesse in a pear scent variant. But I don't know of any other car shampoos that come with a pear scent. And to be honest, I think that when done well, the pear scent in car care products is still massively underestimated and underrepresented, because the pear is both sweet and tart without being overly sweet like an extremely sweet melon scent. Melons are usually always extremely sweet, to the point that it almost makes your mouth pucker. The pear is an extremely cleverly chosen scent, and it is a unique fragrance. Completely irrelevant argument and product feature if you don't care about the scents of car care products. Personally, I care about them, and that's why I see this as a point that I really like. Now we come to something that I really like about the AutoBrite Decon Shampoo. You can already see it. I think you can see it quite well here. The shampoo is already partially dried because it is relatively warm here. You can see it a bit better here. Well, we actually have just a bit over 20 degrees now, but now watch the same hood when I rinse it. So now take another look, same angle, no streaks anymore. And that is a point that is extremely impressive about the Decon shampoo. And yes, I know the following sounds strange. Even when it dries, it doesn't dry out 1,000. This means you can easily and effortlessly rinse off the residues from the Decon shampoo with just a high-pressure cleaner. However, with all car care products, there are always points that need to be viewed critically. There are 2 things about this product that I personally must note critically. The point that AutoBrite claims here is that the hydrophobicity of ceramic coatings can be restored. I believe that it needs to be viewed in a differentiated way. If organic residues, especially traffic film, are on your ceramic coating, then yes, this shampoo restores the hydrophobicity. One might have to say that yes, perhaps this shampoo can do this a little bit better than pH-neutral shampoos, a little bit better than pH-neutral snow foams, but probably not better than stronger alkaline pre-cleaners. And in particular, we now know, as we have said and shown often enough, that to remove mineral deposits and inorganic residues from ceramic coatings, we need acidic car shampoos or acidic cleaners like Fix Protect Arctic Ice or Labocosmetica Purifica. And since this is not an acidic product, it will not be able to remove these mineral deposits. This means that the point of restoring hydrophobicity must be viewed critically, and one must say, yes, if it concerns organic residues, then it can achieve that. The other point is the name Decon Shampoo. I understand why AutoBrite chose this name, as it also conveys that this is an ideal shampoo to prepare for a subsequent sealing, especially when one does not necessarily want to use a rust remover or a tar remover, and when one does not want to knead. I understand the point, but it creates the impression that this shampoo is capable of replacing a rust remover and/or the use of a clay bar. And it cannot do that. It definitely cannot. This shampoo will not remove rust, and it will not replace the need for kneading. Therefore, I find the name simple. I think it is poorly chosen, and I also believe that the product is so good that it deserved a better name. However, I must say very clearly that these are the only 2 points that I don't like so much, because for heaven's sake, or a name that I believe is poorly chosen, that is highly subjective. We can actually immediately strike that off as a criticism. And the thing about restoring hydrophobicity, if we're honest, is just nitpicking on my part. So we can forget about that too. The fact is, for not too much money, you get an incredibly effective car shampoo here. A reasonably highly concentrated car shampoo where you don't need much product, a very versatile car shampoo because you can use it not only in a wash bucket, but also in a pump sprayer or foam cannon. 2001 is a fantastic car shampoo that smells like pear. And I have already mentioned it before, for me, one aspect where car shampoos differ from each other is the lubricating film they create. And this here is a car shampoo that also creates a very good lubricating film, in addition to everything else I just mentioned. And now comes the crucial point. I have already said that a stronger alkaline pre-cleaner will likely do the same as this shampoo here, 2001. But a stronger alkaline pre-cleaner will put more strain on your coatings and will put more stress on certain components of your car. I'm thinking of sensitive chrome or high gloss trim, bare metal. I also think about certain unpainted plastics, where this Decon shampoo will definitely be gentler, as it generally has a lower pH value, and compared to an alkaline pre-cleaner, it also creates a good lubricating film. Because alkaline pre-cleaners do not do this, as they were not developed for this purpose. I really have to say that overall, this is a fantastic shampoo. However, it must be mentioned restrictively here. This is not a shampoo that is made and intended for everyone among you, and it will not work optimally for each of you. If you have a weaker form of sealant on your paint, I am thinking here of quick detailers, spray waxes, spray sealants, paste waxes, and even most polymer sealants, then I would not recommend this shampoo to you because it is simply too strong for that. It is indeed a very strong cleaning shampoo. If you want to prepare your car for a new coating, it is ideal. When you have a coating on your car that is starting to weaken and you want to renew or refresh it with the same coating, ensuring that the paint is as clean as possible. 2001. 2. I still think it's an excellent choice. If you have a ceramic coating on your car, this will work very, very well too. And these are the reasons why I like this shampoo so much. Besides the completely subjective reason of the absolutely enchanting pear scent that is in it, which by the way also matches the yellow color, because that is important to me, that the scent and color match. I must say, for a fair price, I get a shampoo that cleans noticeably and significantly better than other shampoos. Yes, if that means it is no longer entirely on the pH neutral side. I am getting a shampoo here where the manufacturer has obviously tried something new with the ingredients and has opted for biodegradable, naturally occurring surfactants, such as sugar-based or coconut extracts. and what simply fulfills all the other points I expect from the car shampoo, despite these issues. Highly concentrated, reasonable lubricating film, nice foam generation. It is simply an incredibly good, fantastically well-functioning car shampoo. And that's why I thought this product deserves to be introduced, shown, and presented to you in a video. 2001, so you can try it out for yourselves now. And then I would say, if you have already tried the shampoo yourself, please share your experiences in the comments under this video, because I would be very interested to know if I am the only idiot who thinks this shampoo is fantastic, or if there are a few more of you who feel the same way. If the video was helpful, informative, exciting, and interesting for you, we would be very happy if you could give us a thumbs up. Please support the channel with a free subscription and tune in for the next video. Goodbye.